I am fully confident that I am going to win this election by the grace of God.
The death of President UMARU Musa YAR'ADUA in 2010 came to many as a shock, but to others it was expected due to his prolonged ailments and frequent hospital visits. Former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan wrote a heartwarming message on his official Twitter handle in memory of his late boss, whom he described as a selfless leader, peacemaker, soldier of truth, and a true Democrat who was a servant leader and a good man. To some Nigerians, late YAR'ADUA was the hope not only for Nigeria as a nation, but for the African continent.
I remember our late president, UMARU Musa YAR'ADUA, as a man of peace, as a man of integrity, a patriot and a committed Democrat. And he demonstrated these attributes through his policies, his programs, and the directive principle of his administration. He brought healing, and I mean national healing, to this country.
From Kwara, Kaduna, and Kano, some Nigerians sent in some heartwarming messages.
The country will know that you miss a leader who can call a spade, a leader who came out openly that the election that brought me into power is faulty. That's a leader, because he will be able to tell you exactly what is white instead of calling it black.
Let UMARU Musa YAR'ADUA, our blessed memory, cannot be easily forgotten. This is because of his, I will say his attempt to review, to readdress the problems that seems to bedouble this country.
My brother, you agree with me that even our educational system was okay. The issue of strike and all this that is happening now was not there. Fuel, how much are we buying fuel that very time per liter compared to now? Light and everything were stable. Even this insecurity, everything, he came out wholeheartedly to make sure that he cleared those things before God took him away. May he so rest in peace.
He was a great leader, and Nigerians miss him because he had the fear of God and the principle of rule of law.
His death was mourned by thousands of Nigerians who believe that the situation in Nigeria today would have been different with a compassionate leader like the late president.
Now, similarly, 12 years after his death, Nigerians in his home state of Katsina have continued to speak about his leadership qualities. Some of his close associates, those who worked with him, describe him as a humble leader.
President UMARU Musa YAR'ADUA was declared winner of the presidential election which held on April 21, 2007. He died in 2010 after spending barely 3 years in office. But since then, his legacy and doctrines have continued to resonate in the hearts of many. Right from his inauguration on May 29, 2007, Nigerians will be treated to a new kind of leadership. But Katsina State had been fortunate to experience that kind of leadership for 8 years before the man YAR'ADUA became president.
My first relation with him is a friendship. Then he became my leader. We argue, but we are always together. Nobody knows about us. UMARU is a gentle person and honest person. UMARU never lie. UMARU never steal like other governors. Most of governors are thieves. UMARU is not a thief.
The 7 points agenda are still fresh in our minds, and the return of peace in the Niger Delta region were part of his achievements. He was a great thinker. Most great leaders are great thinkers. UMARU thought about the nation above himself.
Those who served directly with him will always remember him as a peacemaker and nation builder.
He was indeed a leader which is very rare to find nowadays. The most important things he did is he fought seriously against social evils, social injustice. He was a man of integrity. and he believes in the rules of law.
Had it been let UMARU YAR'ADUA survived up to this period, you wouldn't have seen Nigeria of this kind. All these clowns that are parading streets and roads, claiming to be politicians of this century, wouldn't have been there to even be mentioned for the first time.
The deceased president is fondly remembered today by Nigerians who strongly feel that leaders can borrow something from the past.
Very straightforward person, very simple in everything he do. He doesn't tell lies. He is always a good listener for people who are coming to talk to him. He comments very little. And that's what he wants to comment on must be straightforward and true.
The country's rulers might not live in the past, but can emulate a democrat whose timeline was defined by virtues of good service.